I can do tech, I can do technology. Okay,
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. And the first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the May 11th, 2022 meeting. Have we already approved these?
What about the June 1st?
I'm sorry.
There you
Far blank.
I think we approved the.
Yeah. That was in the last minutes, I'm sorry. Did I pronounce? When was it? Yeah, thank you. For the June 1st meeting. Any questions or comments on the meetings? All in favor of approving the meetings?
we don't have a motion.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So the meeting notes for June 1st are approved.
Also like to thank Karen for making the stencil right.
Yeah, we did bird walk a lot.
Okay, 4th of July is the next item. So we're good with the duck races, Lou? Everything's,
I have got my volunteers.
Who are your victims volunteers?
Okay, Madison Tillman, Rain's daughter and friend, Debbie Grove, I'm going like Sharon Brooker is the other, and of course John McKinney.
Do the youngest get wet? Is that how you can do your volunteers?
Yes, yes, they're the ones who will potentially drown, but I figure they look long enough. They're going to beat the reeds, and I've gone and looked at the reeds, and you can't make your way to them, you have to get in the water, because it's just too big, and you'd be more likely.
And do be careful.
They just
because
don't think we
snakes
need
are
to do
certainly
that.
out. We've had two at our house
If
already.
I can talk to them
I
about
heard they wanted to pick one up.
Yes, he did.
Hey, Lou, did John pick up those PVC pipes near at City Hall?
He did,
Okay.
he did, thank you very much. Yes.
So you have your nets and your ducks and your,
I have my nets, and there are over 500 ducks. Do we really want to hand out over 5? I feel like people, we throw in dozens.
well, we certainly want to have one for every little bambino that shows up, so however many show
So
up.
just number and
Yeah.
now. Okay.
I think.
Last year, they had a table set up, and basically they just had a sheet like 1 through 300, and they had each one like a Sharpie pen, and Katie Brown got number 1, her name was number 1, and it was kind of time consuming, but,
That's how, yeah.
and then literally they all just kind of stood on the bridge, and then at a certain point, everybody just kind of threw them in there, then they raised the gate, and they just went on.
Well, I have spoken with the previous coordinated queen,
Yeah.
Carolyn Dusty.
She's in the hole now.
A sheet, they have a system, and I have been apprised of that, and I'm going to follow her lead, exactly.
I think we had 300 last year, they pretty much all got handed out, so.
Yeah.
Well, I have a few survivors from that, so, yeah, I'll be handing those guys out too. I'll be handing out as many as people want,
There you go.
but I'll leave one.
And we'll start the parade, and when you get finished, that's no big deal.
So the registration's at 9:30,
Right.
and that's gonna be where all the floats and everything are gonna be up at Tahoe and Sky Valley Way, or is it
They're gonna start coming up there.
at 9:30?
They start at 10:15.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of them get there earlier, so
Say they get early in the
they
parade.
get early. And Bruce, are you gonna be up there with me managing the
Yeah.
parade? Okay, so those are the two carts,
Yes,
and where do we pick those up?
at the club.
At the club, okay.
Specific arrangements.
You'll make specific arrangements?
So you don't get 1 through 15, because those are the old ones that don't go very
Well, that's true, we need fast ones.
well. How many groups do we have, or individuals do we have registered?
11 as of this morning. There was a couple that came in. But, I mean, it's usually right at the end that people will start calling, so, I
We'll
mean,
go
that
ahead and
is.
send that form out again, just to remind them, or I'll do
Well, I
another
didn't send the
separate.
form in, I just sent you an email.
Well, I think she was just talking about the little blurb. that went
Description.
out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Has the color guard registered yet?
No,
Because there's gonna be a color guard at the beginning of the parade. I think last year, from what I understand, there was a police department started the parade. This year is gonna be a color guard.
oh, okay, yeah, no, we
yeah.
haven't heard
And
from
then, Rick's Jeep's gonna be with the color guard.
How about the band, making any progress?
They have to have school supervision, and the band director and his wife will be out of town. Just a little late in the game asking them, but, hopefully for next year.
Unless we can find a drum corps, anybody know where a drum corps
Does
is?
Raven Gap have a band? I don't know if they have a band or not, but, yeah, they can't do anything without
Of course,
somebody.
they have to have,
Yeah, from the school system, but, they had already made plans, the left, who was the band director, his wife, so, yeah, I did ask them.
I put a call in, I'm working with a lady for Oktoberfest, petting zoo, and she works for all the schools in the counties, surrounding counties, so maybe she's got connection. with some
That would
money.
be great. I love that. Wouldn't you think a drum corps?
A drum corps would be
so
absolutely
cool.
It'd be so
Yeah.
wonderful.
And I think you ladies, cheerleaders out front.
Yeah,
Yeah, most certainly.
Just think,
with
Most
pom
certainly. Yeah,
Yeah, but the flags have to go first,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
flag, then the drum corps. Yeah,
or behind the Jeep,
yeah,
because Gary's gonna be right there.
okay.
Do we need any shuttle carts, or are we just gonna need the 2 carts?
That's all we had, was 2 cars last year.
Okay, perfect.
But that doesn't mean we don't need them. I'm just saying that's all we had.
I think
It'll
we'll need
work out.
shuttles more for the Fall Fest.
Oh,
yes.
Yes. And I'm gonna talk to, Joe Kelly. Her son, I think, has a golf cart place. Anyhow, we'll get to that. Church audio. Tony, we all set up with church audio for, the 4th?
I think so, you know, it's not very loud. It's not
It's
very
not
loud.
very loud.
Yeah.
Well, we were gonna put the grandstand in another space.
We're gonna move it up to the
Up
front.
here, so that you can hear it a little
Yeah,
better, maybe.
we're gonna put it up that way.
Yeah.
And, I cannot make a commitment. A year or 2 years ago, I could have, but the Chamber of Commerce has a big audio down.
Yeah, he says,
I'll call them and ask them.
Would you? That would be super.
Yeah.
That would be fabulous. We'd make you citizen of the month.
You know, I would appreciate that, but I'm not.
We'll put a sign in your yard.
Another cross with that, but I will call and ask them.
Pull that trailer.
Yeah, we had decided we were gonna meet, what, Thursday? Next Thursday? Not this coming Thursday, but the following Thursday. Isn't that what we decided? Tony, weren't you part of that? We were gonna meet the public works guys and help.
Well, set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the 30th. Is that Thursday?
yeah, we'll be at June
Okay.
30th.
Yeah.
Thought you were talking about another meeting here.
You get worried.
Yeah.
okay, so we're set there. Hot dogs, spoken with Shelley. She's has ordered 500 hot dogs, buns, and chips from the pit.
All right. Go big.
No big, that's right.
What time are they gonna start that? Start.
What was it,
11:30.
After the parade.
And we do not have our sign, and I asked at our meeting last week if anybody had seen it, and 2 of my firefighters said that they saw city employees picking the signs up, so maybe.
All right, we'll look for it, and if we don't, we gotta get one.
You know where all the signs are at. Jerry.
Golf carts were set. Parade starts at 10:30, registration at 9:30. Color guard's gonna lead off the parade, and I guess Karen, you said we've got 12 or so registered so far?
Yeah, around that.
Quick question. I have that the parade starts at 11:15 because the ducks start at 10:30.
it doesn't matter, these are just guessing times, don't worry about it.
So that's.
Because we never go by them anyway.
Last year, we were delayed by the duck race, so they didn't get all, they had to
Didn't
wait
get
for
off in time.
registration. to
Yeah.
finish.
Yeah. We'll play it by ear, if it's okay, y'all. And last year, we had like 30 entries or something in the parade, they showed up. They'll show up, y'all.
They will.
Has the Doodle Dandies put their bid in yet?
I haven't spoken to him about
Okay, there's another one. The Yankee Doodle,
it. Either that or Southern, and we don't know.
Maybe we better.
oh,
I think it's pretty Southern.
I think it should be too.
Yeah.
Getting kind of woke here, aren't we?
Start a fight here.
It won't be a fight.
Walkie-talkies, we're good?
Good, I got 6 fully charged, ready to go, with 4 more for backup.
Okay, so we just come find you if we want to borrow one.
Come
Where
find
will
me,
you
yeah.
be?
I'll be with a big red truck, so.
At that big red, up
Actually, it'd be a little red 4-wheeler, so.
up there, or where will you be?
Well, when we first get here, probably, we're gonna be setting up a pancake breakfast.
Okay.
Fire department will be there, and from there, 2 of us will be doing the duck race, and then 3 of us will be in the parade, and then 3 of us will be going back to the hot dog cafe, so just.
So where do you want us to come pick them up and what time?
Just, you can call me on my cell.
Okay.
I don't, like I said, we don't go by times and places, so I could be anywhere at any given
Is
time.
that the Fireman Creed?
Yeah. And that and deny, counter accuse and deny again.
You got it.
Put that in the minutes, Karen.
He's a good politician. Not there.
Well, y'all are gonna be at the pancake breakfast, so they can pick them up there.
Okay.
6 of them,
Along the
camouflage.
So who needs the walkie-talkies? I do, you do. Do you need one, Duck Queen, to let us know the races we got to begin or whatever?
Well,
So
the
that we can
airplane
announce
might be
it.
sufficient if I could get my hands on an airplane beginning and ending it.
Do we have an air horn? The city used to have one. There was one in the city manager's office at one time, I don't know.
We will get an air horn.
Okay, air horn, okay.
Oh, gosh. You said that last time and I just didn't believe it. I could.
Yeah, we bought one, just
Totally.
walking the dog, called the bears and bobcats, you know.
Okay, well, if you want me to take a walkie-talkie out, so.
It's up, I don't, either one's fine with me. I don't want to mess up the system of the Duck Queen.
I
Well,
like to hear it. This is the duck, one copy.
Rubber ducky come in.
if you want me to, I'll be happy. I don't want to take one if there's, excuse me, somebody who really needs it. I just don't feel like.
We'll have money. I'll make sure you.
You mentioned.
Yeah, it'll be yellow.
Please, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Rubber ducky.
Yeah, rubber ducky, that's her handle.
Yeah, you've been called worse, haven't you? I know I have.
Okay, city events, at the pavilion, petting zoo, did we, kill cornhole last meeting?
Are we talking Fall Fest now?
Pettington's in Fall Fest.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And how about Blue Ridge events?
They can't do, I know they can't do the summer.
So that's Fall Fest.
Yeah.
It-
Can I ask one more question, Jason? Last year, or every year we have a parade, we have our policemen up there blocking off Sky Valley Way so that you'll have somebody up there, whoever,
We
somebody.
can.
Yeah.
You mean right there?
You know, right where kind of where timeshares is, yeah. They block traffic while the parade is.
I'll talk to you, they typically have that, they had that down pretty well last year, but
Yeah, it's
I'll
usually,
make sure.
I think it was David Edwards or something who did it.
Is the bridge gonna be finished?
That's what they're saying, we'll see.
Well, they're working at it.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they're well along by the end of the week, because they seem to be very
That's what they told
efficient.
Jason, that they might be done.
Yeah, I stopped there this morning, and, question arose about a code thing, but it's gonna be addressed. They're having to raise the head walls to 42 inches. But, so they're gonna have to raise it a little bit, but that's no problem. They do that, but, what we're gonna do is we're gonna level it out and make it look nice, but,
Put a capstone on the top. It's gonna be pretty.
Yeah, it
they
is.
should be done, but,
We classy. We like it.
That's, anything else on the 4th of July that I have missed?
Anything about Sidwell? Ken, you need to say your?
No, we're good to go. Tickets are on sale and they're selling briskly. I happen to have some if you need some. We fully expect to sell out at 400, which is our cap. That's where we're going to cut it off, so.
Who's doing your marketing?
We're,
And they are there.
some of it is being done by Michael at Sunday Diner, and then we have another pitmaster doing half of the pork. It's all donated by the pig. The chicken and the pork is fully donated by the pig. Eagles gives us.
I'll make sure, I want to write them a note
Yeah.
and thank them. If they give us the hot dogs, that would be nice too, but that's Shelley will take care of it.
We have budget the appreciation. Customer appreciation. Yeah, big crowd.
Now, Jason, Shelley had requested that the city help with the project that Bruce had talked to her about as far as
Sand?
replacing the sand and stuff. I know that, poor Jason, I think I emailed him every day on his vacation. And his wife was probably screaming, turn off your phone. What did you all decide you were gonna help do that? They need help just bringing the sand here?
Well, what Shelley said, she's gonna need the city or the club to get it up here, because I.
In the truck?
Yes,
Okay, then they'll spread it out?
yes.
We don't-
That's the plan. and
That's the plan.
Did you,
If it were to be done correctly, they need to get all that stuff out, kill the weeds, and do something about the drainage, because that's the problem. There's no drainage, and we have a rain, and it's just, it puddles up for 2 or 3 days, and it looks nasty.
I mean,
That-
our
that's up to
commitment
them.
was really just to go haul it for them, but then it'd be up to them to do the repairs, do the private property.
That'd be James, you know, if
Yeah,
if it's to be
they
done.
would just want to just, as an in-kind gesture, take the 350 or the 550 and get a load of sand and bring it out to them.
And then maybe we.
They'd have to buy the sand.
They can let you know when they want it, so, yeah. Thank you, Jerry. You're a kind man, no matter what they say about you.
Tim,
I haven't heard
That's his hand.
are there any other items on 4th of July that we need to cover, or
I
are we all
just
set?
want to put on the record that all the quotes in the paper by the mayor were in fact her quote.
I have a good question, which was brought up. Where
Did you get that,
exactly do we launch the ducks? Is there a traditional
The
spot?
bridge.
The
The
bridge.
bridge over here.
Right before the bridge.
Right before, okay, bridge to bridge, I got it.
Unless you want to change that, that's up to you.
I
That
don't
would be-
want to change nothing, I
The
honor
only-
tradition.
The only criticism that I heard last year about the duck bridge was, is they kept changing the finish line during the middle of the race. And so it was supposed to be pretty much where the old culverts were at, but somewhere along the line, about halfway through, they just stopped it. So I got a lot of complaints on that.
Go all the way to Culver.
The only problem I see is if they don't remove all those rocks, you know, or something in the sun, because it makes it hard to stand right next to the pipes.
Yeah,
With the-
we're working on a plan for that. In fact, Jerry and I were just talking about trying to see if maybe we can coordinate with the club to cut some of that high grass back, to make it easier to get down there.
Jason, do we designate start, finish, so everybody looks and says, okay, this is,
Yeah, we'll just need somebody. I don't think there's anybody there last year at the
No.
culverts to.
Right, that was not.
There will be this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about the patriotic CD music, did you get that already?
It's ordered, I mean,
Okay, great,
it's,
great.
it's just a random,
Mhm.
it's got like 50 songs, God Bless America,
Yeah, great.
so if we can't get a band, is that gonna be our plan B?
Well, no, we're gonna have that regardless.
Okay.
As floats go by, Tony, the master of ceremony, will announce them and play music until the next float goes by. You know, he's looking at me like, huh?
No, those folks get pretty bunched up, so,
Yeah.
you know, it's probably not a lot of time between them.
That's
So
true.
we'll play it all morning before and all of that.
However you want to do it, it's fine. And then if we can get a drum corps with that, you'll be citizen of the month if you get the.
No,
drum
I don't
corps.
want to take that.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, in all seriousness, David and Pam have agreed to be marshals. There's nothing that's going to impede that. Is there, and if so, what can we do to plan B? I'm just talking about David having the stress test today and the other. If in fact he has trouble,
Oh, you mean if they can't come?
yeah. Is that even something that we need to talk about?
I would think if you're gonna make them grand marshal of the parade, if they get ill, then still make them grand marshal of the parade.
Yeah.
You know, you don't withdraw the honor just because it's ill. They can't make it, they can't make it.
We can still announce they are, even if they don't
exactly
come.
right.
Yeah. And Boulder says they want their convertible to be used, the Grand Marshal. If we could get some sort of banner to put on both sides of the car door, does Adolph do that, Jason? Like a cloth that we could use
I
every
can
year for
I can ask
Sky
them.
Valley annual parade Grand Marshal or something?
Yeah, not make it yours.
Yeah, just where we can use it every year.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad you came back from vacation,
So
Jason?
we want, just Sky Valley Parade Grand Marshal?
Yeah. Or Sky Valley Annual Parade Grand Marshal, whatever, or Independent, whatever, something like
Just say
that.
grand marshal.
Yeah.
They'll do it, it's got that.
Oh, don't be wise all the time.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Adolph.
Okay.
And see if they can make something, if not, we can.
What about additional publicity on social media and from the city hall? I mean, we had a good burst out there at
We'll
the
do it again.
beginning.
We'll do
So,
it again.
yeah, and I'll put it out, if y'all, I'll copy it, so it's not out on the neighborhood.
All right. We'll just send out the same stuff again. Yeah. Maybe I'll write up the parade a little different, but the rest of it.
Banners, we've got some new banners we put up on our post. So we'll be taking this, they're patriotic banners, they say let freedom ring. So we'll be taking down the spring ones that are up now, there's like 7 of them throughout the city, so there'll be others.
And also, don't we put up those feather flags or whatever they are? Yeah. When you gonna put those up, Jerry?
You said a week before.
I did say
Next
that.
week.
I am so wise, thank you.
Yeah.
Why did he laugh when you said
I
that?
don't know, I'm gonna talk to him
It's
later.
hurtful. 4th of July, we're.
Fourth of July, are you here for marketing through Forward Raven?
This week, I mean, this month's
Yeah.
meeting?
Yeah,
Yes, I'm gonna be at that meeting.
okay. Will they put out anything about us? Okay,
Which we will.
okay, great. There's another.
Okay, excellent. I did have that question.
Do we need to send them all to you, Jamie, or did I do that already?
You do not do that, I don't think.
Okay. And if I
Because
did, I'll do.
this is my first time being here.
I know it.
I don't know how.
You're on probation.
Well, I didn't know I was on the committee,
Well,
so I got the notice.
That's me, so you can blame me, I just thought.
Well, you were talked about.
Well, I'm glad I'm here now.
Well, it's because you're on marketing with
Yes.
with,
Forward Raven.
Okay, I just need to catch up, get up to speed, is all I'm saying.
Okay,
What, if you want to send to me,
I will,
I'll make sure.
I'll send it.
Anything further on the 4th?
I'm sorry, I took so much of your time.
No, that's fine.
Mr. Chairman?
Before we adjourn, I want to address an issue I'm having with some of the vendors. And I sent Jim the invitation to vendors and the application. And Jim's on his email, on his phone anyhow, said,
Have to have a sign.
you have to have a signing code. Now, what I'm finding out with a good bit of the vendors that I've contacted, from going to the Clayton shows and the Toccoa shows, I got all their cards. On their cards, it has their email address and a phone number. And I'm following up, and they're not receiving.
Bruce, why do we need a code? I'm sorry.
I don't know. I just,
I mean, who gets this code and why do we need it?
I don't know. I just found out about that when Jim, on his phone, I emailed the application and the invitation, and he comes up and says he needs a code. What I'm also finding out is, I'd say probably 80% of all the emails I sent out to vendors, they're not getting. They're either going into a spam or a junk file. And I've sent this one lady in New Jersey 4 times.
Oh, this
And
is
she
through
has not been able to-
DocuSign? It's through the DocuSign people. Is that what you're using?
Well, like I say,
That's what it looks like.
I sent the same information that I've been sending to all vendors. I've just been copying and pasting, or, double clicking the attachments, and that's what's coming up. So we have an issue with that. Plus, I've sent text to a couple of ladies, and I said, can you check your spam? So it's going into spam. Another
Looks
issue.
like the document is using a program called DocuSign, so that, and it's asking for a login, whoever is.
Well, there is Gmail has, as of June 1st, there was another kind of security thing that they had going on, and it is, because we were having problems at the office, but I think, and then it was asking for a 2-code, you had to enter a code. They would send you a code, you had to enter it in to receive or to send out things. So it could be
Well,
just with Gmail
Can we just
addresses.
not use Microsoft? I mean, you just do their word and send it out?
I mean, I don't know, this might be what you're
The problem is,
Yeah.
I have probably 55 or 60 from the Gillette's, their vendor list that has their address. I'm gonna mail those. But I have probably 35, 40 that I've, got cards from that I can't reach out to. And I know, I'm guessing at some point when I'm calling them, because I would call them, leave a message, and then send them the applications.
I wonder, Bruce, because a lot of people, retirees or whatever, maybe not in tune with or use email. Maybe we should text them.
Well,
I mean, that should be everybody gets
well,
that.
in that, but on their cards,
Well, but if they got a phone.
on the vendor cards is their email. So that's what I'm sending out to, and I don't think they're either getting spammed or going into junk. I'm following up on the phone, but I fear that because everybody's getting these robocalls to renew their car warranties, that, so the only thing I can think of to do is to text all the phone numbers I have and say, okay, Fall Fest, here's what we're doing. How can I get in touch with you and find out how we can get their email to them? Or if they can get me an address, and I don't know, the address isn't on their cards, so I don't know if they're reluctant to give out their address, but I'm struggling with all the vendors that I've met over the last several months. I'm having trouble reaching out to them.
So you have their email addresses, but it's.
And phone numbers.
But it's in this other program. So,
Karen, how did that one come in? I see you're looking at one.
This one, yeah, I was just going to mention this to you, and we've got, so there is the $50 vendor fee,
yeah.
right? Are we to process that through City Hall, or,
I don't know how it's
gonna
been
ask you
done
about
in the past, Karen, I can't answer that.
what? Because I've only went through one, but I think it was, we kept track of that, and that just went against the
See,
cost of,
it's, some
But this
people I'm reaching out to, but I'm saying the plurality, the emails I've sent, I fear are going into spam, because one lady says,
But
oh,
this one was
I found
talking
it, I found
about that, where you talked on the phone, so maybe that is the best way to, and this is from the Jim and Dee's Rock Shop in
Mhm.
Franklin. That they're also needing, which I'll give this to you, but they're just needing electric. So I don't know
it.
if,
And yeah, they're the only ones that I've spoken to, and I'm thinking, Karen, if we can position them over on this corner and maybe get an extension cord running from the back 9 room somewhere to get them power. But nobody else,
I'm sorry,
that's it.
that Mountain Man music might need to, because he has an amplifier.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought of that.
well, you know, if that's the case, we can put a couple of them there.
Bruce, I think the only thing we're gonna need to do is have somebody type in a new distribution list into the Microsoft product, and then use that to create your form in Microsoft, and that'll send it all out.
Yeah, and like I say, the ones I have from Scaly Mountain have all the addresses, so I plan on doing, you know, the old fashioned
You're gonna
way.
send it snail mail?
Yeah,
You know, the club's been having a problem with their newsletters and stuff, that they go into spam.
really.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
Big time.
big time. I know
what
they
it
were.
was, just all of a sudden.
Yeah, and I know they're working on it, and I think they pretty much, but I even put them in my contacts
Yeah.
and it still went to spam.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a problem, and I think, I don't know if, you know, I've mentioned to Jim the last few days, because he's reaching out, but I don't, just last week, people aren't getting them, and I have my phone number, so they're calling me and say, I still haven't. But what I don't understand is, well, they may have my phone number because I handed out my city council card. But it's,
Do you all,
Frustrating.
could Kathy do that? Bruce, do you all have Microsoft?
no.
You don't have Word and all that?
Oh, Word, yes.
Yes, thank you. She could put into your email, do a distribution list, and then just pop it through there.
I'm not sure, I'll check with her. But if anybody, you know, do you know how to do it, Karen? A
Yeah.
distribution list?
Well, yeah, we can send it out through Microsoft, but I think if you go through that two-factor, it's like where they just make sure that the email address is authentic, and you have to, once you go through that, we went through it there at the office, so we should be good with sending out things, Gmail, that we can.
But this would give you a distribution list already set up for next year, too.
Well,
Yeah.
this is what I have for the people that I met at the Fall Fest. And I'm telling you, I'm concerned that they're not getting it. This is what I got from Gillette's, and it has everything I need to send it by mail. Another thing I wanted to talk about today is a date for next year, specifically probably for Fall Fest, but so that we can get, because a lot of people have requested, shoot, you know, I can't make it this year, but send me information on when you're gonna do it next year.
Historically,
Yeah.
it's always been the third week of October.
The third Saturday of October.
But just a thought, I spoke with Foxfire, and because they have, everything I've heard, all the vendors, it's a great one class.
Sure.
Jessica Parker to see if we could tap into their vendor list. Now, she says, I can't do that, but I'll call the owners and see if they'll allow it. And there's another one, the Hemlock Festival. They said they have about 30 vendors, and the same thing, I can't do that. I'll take your information. Well, who's the one in Clayton of these mountains?
Yeah.
I talked to him, and he said, you know, I spent years building this list, I can't do it, but I may be interested in attending your fall.
That would be October 19th, 2024. It's the third Saturday.
And the thing, I mean, Bruce and I are both very concerned about this.
23.
Oh, we gotta go 23.
These crafters,
Never mind.
they start getting information now and even earlier. I've got information that shows that I've been in, already asking for applications, you know.
Okay,
So
21st.
it's gonna fill up quick if we don't,
Yeah.
it's out there.
And, you know, like, I'm stressing because all the stuff I've sent out, I don't know if it's hit its mark. Now,
Jason, I just forwarded what you sent to a couple of vendors, and they haven't indicated any problem. I'm wondering, you sent me a copy of the letter and the application, and I just forwarded that to them, and they,
The fact that this is in this other program, that's probably what's doing it.
and I've got 2 vendors that I've sent to their email, and they said that, they didn't get it, said, well, try this Gmail, and they haven't gotten it. Both emails, they're not getting.
Well, if they don't change it in their system, they're not gonna receive it, no matter how we send it out.
But, you know,
They-
like I said,
they
I'm
use
going off
Gmail.
the list of their cards, I'm going off their emails.
So how you wanna fix it, Bruce?
I'm not sure, that's why I brought it up to see if, you said the club's having problems. I don't know, the only thing I was thinking is, I'm gonna take all these phone numbers and text them.
I think getting double hit, if they get the email, and get the
no
text,
problem with double hits.
you know, they got
The more that.
But like Foxfire, I got an invitation to that 3 weeks ago, and that's at the end of October, first of November. So I mean, people throwing them out there, and then when we booked up, we don't hurt.
Yeah.
And just be honest in your text, saying, you know, we're having problems with our
Yeah.
email, check your spam and trash files.
And ask everyone to RSVP that they've received it.
And, you know, I think if I text them, they'll see, okay, it's not just somebody looking to renew my warranty. And see if they can reach out to me and I can get them what they need, but it's been frustrating.
Do you have a mailing address for them, or just email and phone?
All I have from the people that I went to the trade shows or the arts and craft shows is their card that has their name, phone number, and email address, and that's it.
To get off the subject, I was sitting in a doctor's office, and a guy, elderly gentleman sitting across from me, his phone rang, and he looked at it, didn't answer, and I said, they're just calling about your car warranty. And he said, you know, last week I got a call just in time, mine was about to expire.
Did you say anything after that?
Well, I've gotten from cars that I haven't had in years.
Yeah.
I have to talk to, I wait and say, yes, I need to talk to somebody, and they go, well, what kind of car do you have? It's a 1932 Ford. Yes, I think my warranty's expired. They hang up on me.
You hurt their feelings,
You
Greg.
can me.
I know, but it was a little.
It was fun.
We're not gonna do a fall fest this meeting, correct?
It's up to you.
Well, let's wait and set up another meeting.
Okay.
But I talked to Linda Laperouse about what's up with these sponsors. She said, we've only done it once. And I said, well, what did they get? Because I've got this one that I used in the Tampa United Church, Friends of Sky Valley, $100. And she said, well, you know, we were, or did, get T-shirts and they had sponsors on for this and that. Is this something we want to pursue?
I don't want to put sponsors on the T-shirt.
I agree, I think that's,
Well, you know, if we're getting $50 a hit per vendor, that's gonna be a nice little amount of money to help pay for this. It's not gonna pay for it all.
Or we use signage, you know, like you do on, closer to the pin or sponsor of a golf hole. And right out here, you know, that's.
or this cover sheet has Fall Fest and it has the different grades. If we just had a banner that said, boom. Friends of Sky Valley, Blossom Gas, Colors Plus, Cover Cafe, Gold, Dillard Tourism, Silver, Bella's, In Kind, 12 Spies. Just do a banner that just kind of looked like that.
Yeah, but to get those, we have to contact those folks. Who's going to
Yeah,
do that?
that's a lot of work, I know.
That is a lot of work, because the POA just voted against the advertising.
Who did?
POA for their director, just because nobody wanted to go sell advertising.
I was doing 50 to 60 ads myself.
Yeah. Well, just say no.
If y'all wanna do it, I'll be willing to.
Well, like I say, it's only been done once, and I don't know what the result, I have all of these sheets that somebody filled out, and evidently people gave money, but I don't know what the city did to show that they gave money. And
I
it
think
literally
they
mentioned
take
t-shirts.
the signage or, a banner, which would be sufficient.
But
They
you're
just
talking,
want recognition, that's all,
Yeah.
you're 10, 25, 30, it's 50 or 60.
Yeah, there's no, it's not a 501c3 or anything, so they get no benefit.
Right.
Yeah.
Tax deduction.
Right, right.
So what do you say, we
It
just,
would just be recognition, that's it, on a banner if we did it.
so we want to just forego that?
So, what do y'all think? I think Tony's for it, I could see it most days.
Jerry said he would be
Oh,
able
that'd
to
work
work
out.
it up.
Jerry did,
Yeah.
because he doesn't have anything else to do.
Right.
Well, the cost of the banner would be
Hey,
a few hundred, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, that's not.
I kept running into this guy on the golf cart before I went on vacation,
Yeah,
and he said not, for everybody not to worry about a thing, that he was making his rounds, he would have it taken care of.
who was that? This
Yeah.
guy over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Bruce, can I see your vendor list for just a
If
second?
you try to put all those on a t-shirt, it'd be so small.
You mean for the,
But a sign is not gonna be cheap.
So do we just go have people, you assign certain people to go to certain businesses, if you'd like to donate, we appreciate it, and we'll make sure that you are recognized on a sign, and that the master of ceremonies will read your name and thank you, or,
I'm with Grace, I think painting a sign with advertisers' names for them to get recognition would be quite expensive.
how much is the sign? How much is like our banners that we usually buy, Jason?
See, I know they were, the ones we had were vinyl, we don't,
Yeah.
I don't know what material we were going with, but we're gonna explore some other, I may reach out to a couple of vendors, but, those, I wanna say those signs were $50 each or something like that, give or take, the banner was maybe 80 each.
About 80,
Yeah, but it'd have to be bigger, you had all those vendors.
yeah, we have to make it worth our while, more than $80 for,
I would think you'd be able to do a hundred and
When was the last time we had the sponsorship?
well, I'm thinking 2017, because that's the last year that Linda did it.
I've only done it once. It's,
Yeah.
It's really a money raiser, that's all it is.
That's all it is. We do it for the golf tournament, but it is a 501c3, so there's some benefit.
yeah, tax break.
Not much of one.
No, not much.
Not enough.
I think we got enough on our plate, and we'll talk about this for next year. That's, what do y'all think? Are you okay with that? Unless anybody's just dying to go out there and hit all the virgins within a 400-mile radius. Okay, I don't think so, so let's do it
And
now.
those were the things I wanted to address today. And other than that, maybe come up with a date for the next Fall Fest meeting.
Oh, for the meeting?
21st.
No, meeting.
I have found a Scott Valley resident that does t-shirts and was willing to produce them at cost for us.
Really? Cool. Who beat this?
Put his name on the shirt.
Deb, somebody, I got
have somebody, okay.
How about the second week in July, like the week of the 11th?
Speaking of that,
If it's,
it's no rush, but a little bit.
I know, I was thinking about it last night. I was thinking about it, that kind of.
That counts.
I'll be back the night of July 12th.
You will be gone?
I'll be on the 11th and 12th.
Looks like we've already got a meeting scheduled for the 14th of
I'll be
July.
gone the
That's what
14th.
mine said.
Looks like we had one scheduled July 14th already.
We did?
Yeah.
Yes,
10 a.m.
we do.
We do have one on the 14th, but I'll be gone, but I can.
I'll wait on
You can
that week.
face me.
Will anyone just go with the 14th and?
Oh, but it sounds like a lot of people are gonna be gone.
I won't be here 14th.
2.
Yes, it's actually on my calendar. I don't know.
How about the 20, how about the next Thursday, the 21st, is it okay? What's that look like for everybody? You want me? Bruce, what do you think? I could be here on the 21st.
That's a Thursday.
If you did all right.
That's good. It's not a call.
Is that okay with everybody else?
Is that will the marketing,
No,
No, this is the
that
next
the
special
next
project.
that is the
But-
3rd, the 28th to be marketing.
Yeah.
okay.
So we're on the 21st at 10.
So I will have a marketing meeting that day.
Well, that should be, this will be the 3rd Thursday, marketing meeting should be the 4th Thursday.
She's on the board, right?
Oh,
I thought y'all did it on Monday.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about regular marketing.
Oh, that's on the
It's
28th.
the last
yeah,
Thursday.
Yes,
it's
the
the
28th.
28th.
How about the 4th? Do you need any information so you can get going next year with the fireworks, Jason?
We just, I mean, I didn't even look to see what that day is in July next year,
July 4th.
but,
It's a Tuesday.
All I know is somebody's doing it.
Yeah.
if we're shooting for that Saturday, it would be July 1st.
Correct.
I mean,
Is it too soon to nail that?
I can reach out to Brent or Renee, but,
Well, what do y'all think about having it on a Sunday? I don't know if I don't know if they want to do it on a Sunday. That just takes us till the 2nd, yeah. The breakfast will be on the 1st, on Saturday, right?
This year it's going to be
The 2nd,
the breakfast time.
yeah.
Yeah,
It always is, yeah.
it's huge.
I just know the issue with the company we use is that the challenge we had for this year was there was gonna be a gap day between when they shot for us and shot for the Dillon House. And he was saying he was going to pay his guys basically to sit around for that day in between. But I guess he got it worked out because we were able, originally we were going to shoot on Sunday this year, the 3rd, because Dillon House was going to shoot on the 4th. But we've got confirmation that it will happen July 2nd this year. And it's never too early to plan ahead. I mean, I can ask them if we want to do July 1st. If y'all are still wanting to do that Saturday closest to the 4th, it will be July 1st next year.
What do y'all think?
I think the Saturday's a good day.
I do too, because people come up here for the.
And then when we get to 24, we just have to cross that bridge to see what. Like July 24th, the 4th will be on a Thursday. So you might be looking at, you want to shoot on the 6th.
I don't know. What have we done in the past? I don't know.
But,
Y'all, anybody remember what we've done in the past? You remember anything about it, Karen?
Just always thought it was that weekend before.
The weekend before?
We've had it on Fridays.
We've had it on Friday. It's just, you got people coming in from Atlanta and, I don't know.
Well, Friday the 5th, I'm talking about 2024, that may be a good day. I do know that, seems like from a cost standpoint, if I recall, it does cost more to shoot on the 4th. So we did get a little bit of a price break because but that's obviously a priority date. We are locked in, we are in our second year of a 3-year, we locked into an agreement with them, so we are in year 2 of that.
They were great last year.
They were good.
They were the
We're
best.
gonna, I'm actually going to, intentionally wait about another 15 minutes. It was interesting, last year, I was getting 2 different sides. One side was wait longer, the other side was, look, I'm ready to go home, go ahead and get it over with. But it was a little bit too much, it was dark when it finished, but
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna
gonna wait
we're
till
gonna
it's
let
dark.
it, we're gonna let it go about another 15 minutes.
It's gonna be dark 30.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Ms. Holly?
yes.
Give those back.
Let's do that now, please.
And I forwarded you, Chief, that permit, if you haven't gotten it.
Oh, for the
Yes,
fire
yes.
department.
Thank you. 27 pages.
Government efficiency in action.
And, yeah, the first is on a Saturday, so it's,
Eventually. It's everything.
Yeah, it's everything. Everybody on the door with that, and then we take breakfast, I hand it out, or it just, it takes a couple minutes.
All right, so I'm gonna get you the information, Jamie, before we're ready. Anything else that we need to do at this point? And you and I will talk about that, and I hate to say I'll help you, but I really will. Not that I would love you, but it's because I do, but.
are we all set? Do I make a motion, for adjournment?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Meeting's adjourned.
Next Thursday, could we say 9:30, we were meeting Jerry to set up, not this Thursday, but the 30th. Jerry, that's okay with you? Okay.
Oh, was there a piece of paper attached to,
Jamie, did Tim tell you that I met Stephanie Grant?
If it
Yeah,
was you,
yeah.
What a sweetheart.
There's one under your notebook.
I probably took it off.
Yeah, we got your hot dog
She was.
flames down there in, Knighton.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't agree.
She felt that school couldn't do the fitting do, and she's gonna go on demonstrations and everything.